What's something that nobody would ever know about you?
I'm an active duty second lieutenant in the U.S. Army, and I'm leaving in a week to get restationed.
She's so cool.
Video of a young active duty lieutenant working behind the bar at Hooters is making its way around the internet, and people are paying attention. Why they're paying attention is up to the person, but let me tell you, for a world filled with ADHD kids, you put one thing in front of a bunch of dudes, we're all gonna stop and stare for a second. Guess what those are? The responses to this young lieutenant working at Hooters has been a little bit of a mixed bag. Some people don't see a reason why you should care. Some people...
I actually kind of agree with that. It's like, I don't know why you should care. If she's actually just working there, then I don't care.
I mean,
you're a lieutenant. You should be making decent money and don't need to have a second job. But the military doesn't pay the best.
Well,
sometimes you need a little side job.
And I mean, I feel like some of the people there, that's probably not their choice job that they want to do, but they need help making ends meet, and it's something that's going to pay. You could probably make money off of tips, you know.
My father, while he was in the Army, had a second job. It happens. Sometimes you need it.
When I was in college, I had like 3 jobs.
Yeah, I'm not sure why my model does it. It only does this when we have 2 models, but
It wants to be close to me.
no, not really. All right, let's continue.
Rude.
People think it's unprofessional. Some people think that if that video got out, it would ruin her entire military career. I even got caught up in it when a video I posted about it was taken down because Hooters removed the video.
Active duty second lieutenant in the U.S. Army, and I'm leaving in a week to get restationed.
Life might be difficult for a little while. And boy, did I get some upset lieutenants in my DMs. Good afternoon, gentlemen. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, PDS Debt. Is the hair on the back of your neck starting to stand up because the math's not mathing and the bills are spread all over the kitchen table? Yes, the interest is...
Now, if she was just a straight up stripper, I would have a little bit of issue with that. But working at Hooters is not being a stripper. I'm sorry. Yes, you are wearing a skimpy uniform and outfit. You're not a stripper, as much as people like to think they are. Some of them are just trying to work. To me, it's no different than working at Applebee's, except with skimpier uniforms.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or just working at a bar.
Yeah, exactly, in booty shorts.
It's compounding and the fees are stacking up, but PDS Debt has already helped hundreds of thousands reduce what they owe and take back control. Pocket with an A+ PDS Debt. Don't let your and the best /angry.
All right.
You're back. I know why you're back. Feel free to go tit for tat in the comments. Yeah! Puns.
I see what
Let's
you did
start off
there.
with why people are upset about this. You're an officer of the United States military. You shouldn't be wearing revealing clothing and serving alcohol at a spot.
You should be held. You should be held to a higher standard. I get it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I feel like I would actually have less of an issue if this was an enlisted person. If this was just your average E3, E4, working at Hooters, I would absolutely have no issue. A lieutenant, it's a little weird, but I also don't think it's like she needs to be disciplined for it.
I mean, I would just say you need to stop working there.
Yeah.
Find something else.
Or ask him why she has to work there.
Natural endowments, we'll say, of the female form. Let's be honest, you're not going to Hooters for the wings, right? You're going there for the ambiance, which is low-cut shirts and the jugs of beer. So sure, some people are going to say that it's unscrupulous. I hope I used that word right. If an Army officer is actively working.
I mean, a little bit for an officer, but
working there where the main draw is boobs.
Boy, she's got great boobies.
And oddly enough, she's not the first lieutenant in the United States Army that works at Hooters. I've made a couple shorts, and I believe there's been some clips from other videos of a separate Army lieutenant that also worked at Hooters. And decide with this first point of view of, this could be conduct unbecoming of an officer. Let's talk about this like adults, okay? Let's stop beating around the bush, shall we? Or beating around the boobies, as it were.
Between those huge sweating tits.
You're working at an establishment where girls are shoving their boobs in your face, hoping that you give them a little bit of an extra tip, right? The overall idea of Hooters is pretty shallow. It's just a cleaner version of a strip club, kind of.
Looking for strippers and cocaine.
Nobody's on the pole there, but you've got enough entertainment for you and the guys to giggle at and oogle and ogle and give a couple dollars to and flirt, even though the waitress does not actually think that you're cute, guys. She does not.
I don't know what you think you know, but you're wrong.
And if getting a couple extra dollars out of a tip is worth you over-sexualizing yourself for that little bit of change, yes, that doesn't really bode well for the values of an Army officer. But that's not where the story ends. Yeah, we talked about how it obviously could look bad if you're a lieutenant in the Army and you're working at Hooters. What about the people that don't see it as that big of a deal or a deal at all? What about that point of view?
It's not that big of a deal.
Because let's be honest, what bar doesn't have a bartender that is obviously putting on some provocative clothing to show the girls or flaunt the assets a little bit?
Only has to shake her ass for tip.
To keep the patrons at the bar happy, a little entertained, to make them feel good, and also to get a little extra tip. Let's be honest. Sure, there's Hooters and Twin Peaks and...
You have that kind of stuff at a base. Like, in an actual base, you have that kind of thing. Bartenders that are dressed like that. Are dressed a little bit more sexy than your average person.
Does Twin Peaks say eats, drinks, scenic views?
Yes.
Okay.
You've never been to Twin Peaks? So just pretty nice.
I've never been there.
I've been there.
I bet.
For a birthday. It was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not taking you there for your birthday.
Aww.
I don't know the rest of the ones that flaunt the sexuality of their waitresses and staff to, make it a unique experience. But what about just, I don't know, every other bar that you've got in your hometown? For the sake of me getting smacked across the head by my wife, let's look at what she's wearing. Pretty average low-cut shirt. It's are we really like that's actually pretty tame for the things that I've seen people at normal bars wear.
Yeah.
The rest of the Hooters outfit is just leggings with orange shorts over them, and who hasn't seen a woman in leggings walking around? My God, the best thing the Lord gave us was leggings. So if you're gonna say that she's dressed inappropriately or overly provocative compared
I disagree. I disagree.
It depends on the wearer.
I will put it this way. Walmart. No.
Yeah. There should be a section of people of Walmart, of people in leggings that just shouldn't be wearing leggings. Like, and everyone knows who those kind of people are. I mean, if you put on leggings and you look like you have bags of quarters stuck in them, you shouldn't be wearing leggings.
Yeah.
If the top of your leggings looks like a can of biscuits that opened up, you shouldn't be wearing leggings.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But that's my opinion.
To every other bar, I would have to disagree. That's a normal outfit if you're going out. She just happens to be at a different establishment. If you took a cardboard cutout of this woman and put her in any other scenario other than the background of a Hooters, you'd be like, what's the issue? And to touch on that, have we seen the bathing suit Instagram posts from Army officers and NCOs? Male and female. I get it. Yeah. You're bodybuilding, but aren't you showing off a lot of skin on the internet to try and gain attention? And what are you selling? Your physical self.
Saw that girl naked for the first time.
And you can't tell me that guys are over-sexualizing some of their poses or women are really pushing out that thing to make you want to buy whatever booty boot camp she's selling. So if we're gonna go after this young second lieutenant working at Hooters because she's got a low-cut shirt on, it would be pretty hypocritical for us not to go after the fitness industry, aka fitness mill influencer, right? Now while we have the two sides of good or bad or I hate this or indifferent, let's talk about some potential Army responses to this incident.
One more time for the cheap seats.
There's gonna be a couple what ifs here, but I'm gonna specifically state a couple of things that some young officers slid into my DMs about. Oddly enough, officers that say that they knew her personally, yet I haven't received any sort of complaint or had the female officer in the Hooters video reach out to me, so stop white knighting. The overall response that I've seen for people that this video, if not taken down immediately, will negatively affect her career. How? Obviously, you have troops not respecting her because she was a bartender at a Hooters joint, okay? You could have this lieutenant blacklisted and staying at that rank forever and never getting promoted because, hey, this is kind of conduct unbecoming an officer. And even so far as getting her removed from Bullock, which I believe is where she's headed, the Basic Officers Leaders Course. Basic Officer Leader Course? Whatever. Bullock, B-O-L-C. Now, I'm not totally familiar with all the ways of officer or this female's career, but let me address some of those things. Not being able to be promoted or being removed from the Basic Officers Leaders Course. Holy sh**.
Yeah, that would be bad.
You have whatever full bird colonel or general thinks that it's a good idea.
I think that would be a little harsh. Especially for a lieutenant. Let's say a lieutenant in the Army, that is a... Correct me if I'm wrong, any Army guys in the chat. I believe that's just a butter bar or an 01 or 02. I'm almost certain that's what it is. I mean, you're making good money, but I mean, you're also at the beginning of your military career.
Yeah.
To just destroy her career because she decided to work at an establishment you think is unbecoming, I think that's a little much.
Well, I mean, and again, like what we were saying before, ask her what's the reason why, and maybe even suggest, okay, well, if you're having tough times with that, how about try this?
What she's wearing is not the issue.
No, it's not.
It's because you have an opinion of a certain establishment.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you want to bet her? I want to bet the people who actually have problems with this are other females in the military. Other officer females in the military.
Probably.
I bet you that's what
it
is.
To have some 20-year-old brand new female officer have her entire career ruined, stopped, and turned around, kicked out of being an officer because she wore a low-cut top and was a bartender for a little while. Holy, if you want a EO complaint, equal opportunity, which means if you're not a white guy, you get special privilege. I mean, that is the biggest EO complaint I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm a female at a bar and I wore a normal outfit that might be considered revealing, but nothing off color where any portion of my body was shown that would lead those images or me being in that position to denigrate the good order and discipline of the United States Army. Good luck. By the way, if that female ever does get any sort of shit and like the, Army's like, we're not going to promote you because of this, or we're going to kick you out of Bullock because of this, you get a hold of me. I will straight up race this to the fucking Pentagon and raise all sorts of hell because you've got a low-cut shirt on and all of a sudden the Army doesn't want to promote you, or they say conduct them becoming an officer and boom, you're just going to basic training and being enlisted or just chaptered out. Dumbest thing ever. Which brings me to the individuals that messaged me about taking down my video and being concerned about the overall welfare and the future of this female officer's career. If you are afraid that a social media post of a soldier wearing a low-cut top is going to negatively affect their career so much that you're going to freak out and say, this could ruin her career, you're an idiot. And you're going to be a horrible officer. Because guess what? That is a nothing burger of an incident.
Yeah.
Literally a nothing burger. It's a funny moment in the world internet history of the Army now, where you go, hey, cool, the lieutenant used to work at Hooters as a bartender. Next. But no, I've got young officers overreacting in my DMs, saying that it's the end of the world for this female officer. Speaking for her, not having her contact me, and all I can think of is, oh, so whenever one of your lower enlisted NCOs or a brand new second lieutenant that's gonna fall under your leadership eventually post something on the internet that's you find a little unnerving, I see you losing your shit and blowing it way out of proportion, just like you're doing this now, which is sad. You grew up with the internet.
I'm trying to save your life and you're worried about your little dick?
This, of all things, is a nothing burger. Now, the one thing that I did say, just the general term of this could negatively affect her military career. Meh. Yeah. You know what? Adult conversation between two adults in the military right now, right? Yeah, you're probably gonna have somebody bring it up because you're the new lieutenant, and your sergeant first class in charge of first platoon is gonna go, ma'am, Hooters, hysterical. Now here's the deal, you could do one of two things, because your troops know. They already know. It's already been out there. You took it down too little, too late. It was out there. It's out there. You can either be a bitch about it, and I mean like an asshole, and also, you know, a little bitch about it, and whine and complain and say everybody brings it up all the time. Yeah, it's gotta happen. Or you could deal with it head on. Hey, I'm Lieutenant so-and-so. There's a video of me when I used to work at Hooters as a bartender. No, it was Hooters, not a strip club. Nobody's giving $5 handies or lap dances or slipping up and down a pole with their titties out at Hooters. I served everybody drinks like everybody else, so if you want to start some I'll end it. And by the way, if you are the enlisted man, under the supervision of that lieutenant, if you're not getting in a fist fight, if some dickhead comes over and is like, yeah, you got a dumb lieutenant with your knockers out and Hooters and blah, blah. If you're not just smacking the out of him, you're a fucking shitty troop. Because let me tell you something. Nobody's gonna pick on my officer. No, not my boss. That's my boss. I'll make funny jokes about Hooters with my boss when we're off drinking off post, having a good time on family day, or bullshitting in the office when it's an okay time to do it. If she says, hey, that's cool, we'll BS about it. The people outside of my unit certainly aren't gonna bring that up and denigrate my boss. They're gonna get a smack to the face. And then they can tell their senior NCO why they're missing a tooth. So our first class high bitch smacked the out of me. Why did he do that? Oh, because, you know, I kept bringing up how his lieutenant used to work at Hooters and then was making inferences about that and how because she's a female with boobies, she's bad. Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble, aren't I?
Yeah, you can post cuttlefish or the cutie fish,
in
whatever.
Closing, I will actually repost the video that I made that was taken down right here after this at the end of this. So you can see my humorous take on this entire thing, which I think is the appropriate response. And I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. The best way to support the channel is buy yourself a
I
shirt.
didn't have my,
Party Police is out for the July
change my
this
thing.
weekend. It's a party.
It's all changed
Maybe it's
now.
going to be a
I don't know
party.
how to-
But tell me how you feel in the comments. Do you think that this is a big deal
Dang
and
it.
that, hey, it's a Hooters establishment? There's no way ever. It's completely irredeemable. She could never be an officer. Do you think that this is no big deal?
This is all like different now.
Do you think that the fact that anybody would make this
I
a big
think
deal
should
is
be
retarded?
doing,
Are you
affiliate
somewhere in
stuff
the
today.
middle? And if so, where are you? You know what I mean?
Or, I
It's
don't
like,
know.
hey, you're gonna get
I don't
us
know
some
if that
little
counts
ribbon
as
here,
that.
you know. But yeah, we're not gonna. The army's not gonna do anything. This is, you know, what are you doing? Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear it. Good luck, Lieutenant. From a guy that's been on the internet for a while and still serving, it's not that bad. It would be okay. All right. See you next time, weirdos.
Yeah, I don't know why my OBS looks so different today.